principal, vice principal, administrative officer, dear teachers, judges, brothers, sisters, and my beloved friends. Today, I, Cadet 1 Camp NDRC, bearing emission number 4112 of Netaji House, will be speaking against the motion of the House. That is, homework should be abolished. What comes in our mind when we hear the term homework? It is a set of work given by teachers to be completed in a given amount of time. Mr. Speaker, sir, as I mentioned, it is a set of work given by teachers to be completed in a given amount of time. But most of the students do not like homework. But even if they do not like homework, it is very important for them. Mr. Speaker, sir, homework serves as a feedback for teachers. If the teachers get a whole bunch of bad homework, they will automatically know they have not truly covered the topic properly. Homework trains the mind, while the mind will otherwise be at rest. As my fellow opponent just said, homework is a stress and a waste of time. But I totally disagree with it, because homework can teach us how to manage time. Homework is a great way to manage time. Mr. Speaker, sir, let me give an example of the school itself. So most of us here know what a prep time is. It is a period of time in which the students of the school can complete their homework and recollect every knowledge the teacher has taught us in the class. Homework may feel like a drag, but it is a really important part of a student's life. There are so many less hours in the school day in which the teacher is free. It will be impossible for them to ensure each and every student have understood the concepts or not. Teachers are also human beings like us. They also need some rest. Even we, the students, get tired and tossed in the class because we are just tired of sitting and listening to what the teachers are teaching us. But the teachers are standing and teaching us for almost the whole day, so we can imagine how tired they are. People are bound to become responsible by completing a given task in a given time. So I'd like to suggest everyone that everyone should complete their homework in a given time. Homework helps prepare for any job or further studies that require work to be done in our free time. It is a brilliant way to install the independent mindset of people. It is the practical part of what a child learns in the school. Mr. Speaker, sir, I'd like to draw the attention of everyone to the fact that children are not fully developed in their mind at this stage to learn anything without a practical demonstration or visual demonstration. If, however, a practical or a visual demonstration is given to them, it lasts longer in their memory. Homework is, however, the practical demonstration given to them at a school stage. So, I'd like to say that homework is a very necessary thing to be completed in our life in a proper manner and in a given time. It helps prepare for any other job or anything else that require work to be done in our free time. It is a great way to learn and study during our free time. It is a perfect way for people to study during their holidays and conduct self-study. Homework helps us memorize our studies. It helps us in many other things too that I'll be mentioning not today but maybe afterwards. Lastly, I'd like to conclude my debate by saying that homework is a necessary part of life. Homework is a necessary part of life. It is important for any system of education. Therefore, motion of the House shall not be passed.
Next, I would like to call out Cadet election of Roman House. As I would go forward to please speak one motion of the House.
Homework, because 9 hours of school wasn't enough. A very good morning to one and all present over here. Respected Principal Sir, Vice Principal Sir, Alarm Officer, judges, beloved teachers, and my dear friends. Myself, Cadet Alexina, alarm number 4123 of Roman House. And today, I'm standing here for the motion of the House. That is, homework should be abolished. After hearing the points of the opposition friends, I wonder what they are trying to prove in here. Can you see? The motion already supports itself. It clearly says homework should be abolished. It's not like that the motion is homework should it be abolished or not. After hearing the points of my fellow members of the Treasury bench, I would also like to add some points of my own to strengthen the motion in its direction. Mr. Speaker, sir, according to a Stanford University survey, 56% of students think of homework as a significant cause of stress. Most of the homeworks given are required to be finished within 1 or 2 days. Small but constant pressure from this adds up and the students gradually develop stress. Mr. Speaker, sir, we all know how most of the homeworks are done these days. It is either one student finishes it and all the other students copy it from him, or the students are busy copying it from the internet, or even let their parents do it for them. So basically this is just cheating, right? Homeworks are meant to be done by yourself. So letting others do it for you is basically just cheating. Now, this practice will be repeated over and over again, thus developing a habit of cheating in the students, and in addition to that, no hard work or creativity to find their own answers. So in summation, we can deduce that homework does not improve the knowledge of students at all. Mr. Speaker, sir, most of the students are tired after spending almost half of their day at school, so they do not wish to do their homeworks. But their parents force them to do it, so this creates a disagreement between the parents and the students. The members of the opposition bench may say it actually strengthens the bond between the parents and the students, but I beg to differ. Watching movies together, playing games together, going on picnics together, and so on can actually make their bond 10 times stronger than homeworks can. Mr. Speaker, sir, the students who actually do their homeworks by themselves often do it incorrectly. It may be due to lack of knowledge about the topic or how to do the homework in general. And then several teachers will scold or insult the student in front of the whole class, thus shaming the student and killing his or her confidence. This type of incident happens quite often. When students fail to complete their homeworks in time, they suffer mental distress. Assumptions are made about their time management skills, but the reasons are usually more complex. It may be too challenging, tedious, or uninteresting, or there may be an insufficient amount of time in the day to finish the task. Many people also assume they are just intellectual failures who will never have a good life. Mr. Speaker, sir, after spending almost half of their day at school, they finally return home. Now let's say one teacher gives a little bit of homework. In average, 7 parents are taught in class. Doing the homeworks for all those parents will also kill the time they have in their own homes. As a result, they will not have time to play games, relax, do their hobbies, or even practice their skills. Thus, their happiness is also killed as collateral damage. Mr. Speaker, sir, when students are overburdened with homeworks, their sleep cycles become irregular. Their biological clocks are disturbed and decreasing the quality of their sleep. The members of the opposition bench have said that homeworks are required for improving their knowledge and skills. Then I ask, what happens when you give an aspiring sports person tons of homeworks with no time to spare for himself or herself? Mr. Speaker, sir, what I want to convey is that making the students practice the activities they are actually good at and have keen interest, such as sports, debate, poem recitation, painting, singing, and so on, can actually improve their knowledge and skills far more than homeworks can. Mr. Speaker, sir, I have come to the end of my points and arguments. The repercussions of homeworks are very clear, and it will continue to be a pebble in our soup unless it is abolished. Therefore, the motion of the House should be passed. Thank you. That's all from my side.
Thank you, Alex. Now, I would like to call out Cadet Anthony Naram of Tagore House as a member
Homework is like a whetstone for the mind. A really good morning, respected principal, vice principal, Adam officer, senior master, jury of appeal, teachers, brothers, sisters, and everyone else present here. Today, I get it, Naram Anthony, Adam number 02. of Class A to Gore House would like to oppose the motion of the House, which states that homework should be abolished. No, homework should not be abolished. As being a student myself, I think that homework is the perfect way for us students to learn and continue to learn even once when we are out of the school for the day and are at the comfort of our homes. It is how we review and better understand what we get and what we don't. Yes, homework might feel like a drag to a student sometimes, but it's a really important part of going to school. It helps us retain the information which we have learned during the class period. Homework is vital when it comes to school, and it truly helps us students in the long run, whether it be to help us prepare for a test, exam, or simply understand the material better. My knowledgeable opponent has stated that homework creates stress and fear. It's not agreeable. Contradicting to it, it creates a sense of fulfillment and hold on to the learning part. I also submit that if homework is abolished, we students shall have too much time for leisure activities. Then the probability that students might interfere with some criminal or illegal activities rises greatly. Being busy with homework, we do not waste our time and spend it with the unmatched benefits. I also oppose the general view that homework keeps the student busy all the time. Homework, or in the other words, the best way for us students to learn. Homework, the idea of abolishing of homework is of a naive rebellion. Homework is the perfect way for our students to study. As I have mentioned earlier, homework is a whetstone for the mind. It drains the mind while the mind otherwise would be at rest. I know none of the students present here like homework. Who likes homework? See, no one. As a student myself, I also didn't like homework. But as days pass by, I have realized that we students have way too much time in our hands. And homework is a really great way to spend some of it or all of it. It depends on us. Research by the City University of New York explained that students who engage in self-regulatory processes while doing homework, like time management, goal setting, and remaining focused, are generally higher achievers than those who do not use the processes. We students typically retain only 50% of the information the teachers provide during the classes, and we need to apply that information in order to truly learn it. Abby Frey and Ray Planter, co-founders of Teachers Who Tutor NYC, stated that at-home assignments help students better understand the material. Homework or assignments also provide valuable data for the teacher on how well we students understand the curriculum. So, with the above facts and figures, I would like to state the motion of the House that homework should be abolished should not be passed at any cost. Instead, more homework should be given in order to broaden the horizons of young minds. Thank you.
Now I would like to call on Cadet Frederick in the opening of the House.
Morning everyone. Respected Principal, Vice Principal, Administrative Officer, judges, teachers, and my dear brothers and sisters. I am Cadet Sawi Frederick McKay, admission number 4144, representing the entire House. Today I would like to speak supporting the motion of the House. Homework. What do you mean by homework? For some, it's burdening the kids, while others teaching the kids. Mr. Speaker, sir, homework has become a major part in a student's life. Every student knows what homework is. Once said that homework helps in preparing for tests and exams, but does it truly help them? Students, as we all know, despise when they do something they do not like. They're not able to focus when they're doing it. If they do not focus when they complete their homeworks, what do they learn? Nothing. For instance, you write a story again and again, several without interest nor focus. A week later, all gone. Nothing in the mind. You do not remember what you wrote. I agree. Students have a lot of free time in their hands and homework keeps them occupied. But I assume that everyone here thinks it's better to do something productive rather than wasting time in doing something with no gain. Why do students get homework? To be able to recollect what was taught in class. I have already mentioned this, but let me repeat again. If the students do not focus while completing their homeworks, they are not able to recollect what was taught in the class. So in a way, it doesn't help them. Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir. I understand that homework is a challenge. And students need to be challenged because the outside world is full of challenges and hardships. But let me make this very clear. Homework is not a challenge. It is a cheating competition. Yes, a cheating competition. Allow me to tell you why. When the teacher gives homework to students, what do? They either copy it from someone else, or make a family member do it, or they go into the computer lab, open the internet, and search the answers there. I'm not trying to say that seeking ideas to complete one's homework is wrong. But what mostly happens is that the students write the answers directly from the source. Students' minds are not being trained. The teachers cannot keep track of the progress of the students, and they do not learn time management through homework because of the simple reason of insincerity of students. The teachers cannot just keep track of every student for the whole day. The ones who sincerely complete their homework are, I'm sure, only a small fraction of the class. The whole point of giving a homework is that the students complete it sincerely and learn from it. But that's not happening. I do not see the reason why homework should be given. I do not see the reason why students should be burdened by such a useless task. Therefore, I would like to conclude by saying that homework should be abolished. Because in the end, it's just a useless burden to the students and the teachers. Thank you everyone, and have a great homework-free day ahead.
Last but not the least, we have Cadet Idam Lanjanlen of Sivaji House.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today in this fine afternoon, I, Cadet Idam Lanjanlen, Adam number 4198 of Sivaji House, would like to speak against the motion of the House, that is, homework should be abolished. It seems that learners do not know the real benefit behind homework. Homework is a way to expose all of our suppressed knowledge and skills. We will have a more prominent feeling of achievement when we complete our homeworks successfully. Mr. Speaker, sir, I'm totally against the statement given by researchers that homework gives stress and depression.